and talent, and our Shanghai headquarters Mr. Director. Thank you for taking the time to join this software demo today. Before we start, let me briefly introduce what we'll cover in this demo. We'll go through the core function modules, real business operation process, key features that optimize your workflow, and how this software solves the pain points in daily freight forwarding operations. I'll also leave time for question and answer at the end. So feel free to note down your questions and we'll answer them one by one. First, let's talk about login. We first log out. On the left column, we can use our own username and password to enter and log in, or we can buy WeChat to log in. After logging, the system is divided into a navigation menu on the left and the main interface on the right. The first you'll see is the home page, which contains 4 modules: to-do items and notification services as a centralized hub for international messages and internal approval processes. And these announcements are where administrators can post notices and announcements within the system, and alert messages are reminders for important system-related items, which can be configured. Now, let's move on to the ocean freight. We look at the left column. Open the sea. And the ocean freight, including import and export. The import module is similar to export. And we explain the export function. Now open the export. There are 2 ways to create a new export data. Let's go through them briefly. 1. Please click the new blue button on the right. 2. Another style is to click the copy button on the row and copy and export data is based on an existing order. and copy. There are many copy options. You can select them according to your needs. Okay. Now, the system links to the export information, and the client, they can input here directly, or we can open the magnified icon, glass icon, and there are many lists here. Searching that. Okay. And this emphasis, when we choose the consigner underline, the system will automatically generate the sales name here. And please wait for me. Now let's start again. When we enter the home page, the left column is the category menu, and the main interface on the right. The first page you'll see the home page, which contains 4 modules: to-do items and notification serves a centralized hub for internal messages and the internal approval process. System announcements are where administrators can post notices and announcements within the system, as alert messages are reminders for important system-related items, which can be configured. Now, let's move on to the ocean freight. The left ocean freight, including export and import function. Because import is similar to export and it's simple. Now we emphasize the export function. The system links to a new interface. There are 2 ways to create a new export data. Let's go through them briefly. 1, we can click the left Add New blue button. Another style is to click the Copy button. Copy and next export data is based on an existing order. Select an order in the action column and click copy. There are many options here. You default value and select them according to your needs. Okay. After creating or copying and next export data, we need to fill in the key information item by item through clicking tab keys, such as the red color. This includes the customer information, cargo details, shipping information, container requirements. All the information filled in here will be used for subsequent internal review and approval. Only after the order is approved can the business proceed to the next operation stage, such as arrange space booking, issuing shipping instructions, and tracking the whole process. Take the consignor field as an example. We can fill the consignor in the client, and then our seller will be filled automatically here. You may first click the magnify plus icon here next to the field and select the customer from the customer database. You can type it directly into the input box and press the Enter key. Yes. And you put the bill number, loading type, F0, L0 of bulk, CFS, and business source, peer cargo, order cargo, operating cargo, tracking and customs clearance cargo, and self-developed cargo. Now, the third type, the purpose of the service type are as follows. Firstly, to trick the display of relevant manners. Secondly, now I explain it. First, it enables page linkage within the system. For instance, if we select tracking, the cargo loading information will appear accordingly. If we select booking, and it will display the issue HBL. If we don't select booking and the issue bill is hidden. And only after we check issue HBL will the corresponding HBL ship consignee and notify fields appear for data entry. Otherwise, all these sections are hidden. Second, in order to remind the operator of which service items need to be performed, such as The service type, the shipment have booking, tracking, and manifest, customs declaration, and fumigation. These items, the operators need to handle these items. And we enter shipper consignee notify party. Previously, we can find the consignor in the system, and once we select the consignor, and the system will automatically generate the ship consignor notify information, such as company names, address, telephone number, or email, and connect personal. Please note that the EPC must be filled in, and ETA time. When we enter ETD and ETA time, the train time will automatically displayed. Now is port terminal. When we enter the port of loading, and the port of delivery, the system will automatically populate the port of receipt and port of departure. And the line and the country will automatically generate. And this is port of destination free time on terminal or off terminal. Destination free time. And this smart bill issue type, original, tariff release, or seaway bill. Now move to the cargo information. Cargo type. If we select dangerous goods, we must fill the UN number and risk level. If we select reefer food, the reefer temperature and ventilation humidity must fill in here. And the cargo abbreviation is convenient to us to remember classification level. And when we enter packages, quantity, packages, bagged, carton, or dozen, gross weight, volume, and this is marked. Please note that the description, the commodity description, all this in this input box content will display on the bill weight. And we After filling the items and market and sell, save it. When you are mixing the type, you can save it and all the required fields we must fill with, and now save it and save successfully. Now we talk about container load stuffing. There are two ways of stuffing. Share, first we should click the edit button and we can modify them. Share it, share by standard. If we one shipment only have one container, we can share by standard. Save it. The contract. Okay. And the other way, when we have many containers, such as more than 7 or 8 or 10 containers, different containers, we can use the Excel import. There, this is tracking dispatch. You have随便说一个，不对的，它可以不报错哈。1、2、3、4，它的好像save 就尾数是1哈。The system will check the correct container number and dispatch tracking, FCLO send tracking notice and LCLO send tracking notice. We can print them here. Please note that we can print shipping order, booking note here. and generate shipping order. You can send it to first class forward to booking shipping order. Save it. And then, great. Here, there's a very good button, clipboard. We can click it, copy successful, and we can copy to here, send to the client by QQ, WeChat, or email. And this is clipboard, put in detail. Send by email. This is very convenient. File center. File center is upload or download some orders such as guarantee letter or shipping order, insurance. Now we can generate a bill. Create new mass bill and house bill. Here, C bill. You can open the bill information and you can check with them. Check bill. Bill options OK, and print template and preview the bill information. Here, you can directly see them. Bill number, ship concerning, notify party, and photo loading, photo receipt, photo discharge, photo destination, marks, quantities, commodities, packages, and quantities, and gross weight, volume, and container number, seal number. You can retract them whether they are correct completely. Okay. Let's click verification completed. Your blending verification successful. Check. And then Well, also click for the field ready, plain field. Đấy, em xem khóa. There are two methods of field of letting release. Signing release process, internal signing, internal release, and release approval, collection of documents, dispatch of documents, filing. COEC, IC. Pending order, wait for to handle. There are many items here. This is mainly apply for release the bill and submit to the financial department. Apply release. Select the information you want to apply for release. Select issue, be ready and sign. Apply release. The reason and financial approval. Okay. Financial approval. Okay. Now let's move to link to ARAP. Edit first, and we add new. Ocean freight. Okay, right. Unit is field and the quantity. The system automatically default 1, and you can modify it. Now, for add new. or click copy to AP. Issue two. And we can use the tab or enter button to enter into the next item. Okay, let's save it. Yeah. Edit. There are chargeable templates and passage charge and local charge custom price. This where we don't introduce them now.啊，一个导入我现在出脚，AR done. Now the phase is completed. The receivable and the payable are all completed. AR and AR done and AP done. AR done. These two sign it, and we can see them directly. Now we can print them 导出来。这里。Printed demo and review. The payment. New receivable billing. Terminal MC export list. This field is common, convenient to select them, such as ETD. Normally we often select 1 month, such as you can also serve a month or a quarterly or weekly. Oh, here, the subscribe. We'll jump here. we can hide them more conditions, search conditions. Now this about information is about the ocean freight. Now we talk about air freight. Air freight is very similar to the ocean freight. Export creation. Now let's have a rest for 10 minutes.跟讲话的都他们怎么问我？感觉我变卡壳了，变得接不上。
我们刚才也在问说，也跟人就在说，你现在不发问，等我讲完之后再让我提问。
后面就不说了。
后面没多少东西了。
那我现在就讲后面的了。我后面不熟。不是，我就后面我就按这次来讲。然后就讲这个没得讲啊。我刚才不用讲的很好。这个肯定是在这里。这是我家的大家呀，不然都没得讲了。为什么呢？对呀。真的。
讲后面这种再来讲，这样都一样的。后面的这些都不用讲了，我就按这个。那我就讲这一部分了，还有什么问题？难道我先说呀？不要还没讲完啊，上讲空了。就这块。还用讲完了，刚才其他讲完了。后面就这些啊，没了，没得讲了，就这些啊。 讲没？
我刚才催款没讲好，我说这个
讲完后面我们再讲一个那个。
再催款啊。
然后那个调整这种正在关系的因素，这个可能比较
太细了。你是讲到最少，最快到最快。这个能情况之前讲的缺感情况。你刚说2分钟后开始。
后面这些我先念一点。
对的。
那就这些。是吧？不然这一点可能讲1分钟是有的。
中文的有这种，但是有些人不怎么说，他只能那群里面聊天的都是说中文。
好了，开始了，好，时间到了。Now let's start again. Here we introduce the air freight. Regarding the air freight section, since the workflow is relatively similar to sea freight, I will focus on highlighting the features specific to air freight for now. For this new edition, there are also 2 ways to create a new entry: add and copy. When adding a new air freight booking, there are a few points to note. First, there's an option for consolidation. For business, where multiple clients shipment under one single master airway bill, will use the consolidation function for data entry. The process is as follows. Consolidation. We will use the consolidation function for data entry. The process is as follows. First, tick the consolidation box. Then enter the same booking number for different consignors. The system will then be able to identify which booking orders belong to the same MLGroup.这个 HA 容纳有多个 HA 有我们有 This is its key feature. 直接复制。Actually, it's not provided by the client. More accurately, it's either provided by the factory or generated internally by the freight forwarder. To put simply, let's use an example. Suppose the factory receives shipping requests from 10 different clients. All these shipments need to be developed from the factory. The factory then approaches the freight forwarder to handle the shipment. In this case, we should input the actual consignor. The factory is responsible for shipping the goods. At this point, the factory will provide us with the booking number. This number signals that the 10 client shipments are consolidated under one lot. We can then bundle them together and ship them under a single master AWB. For air freight, the booking now let's go through briefly about the air process. We key field explanation, booking party, agent for non-mid cargo, agent party, shipper consignee, notified party, carrier's agent. And 这个是 Mass AYB booking， 这是提单 Mass AYB。Business source order cargo, direct cargo, peer cargo, and customizable. For approval, judgment, and business statistics. Business category. Process nodes on the left, nodes on the right. If available. Ocean exports also have this function. And ground handling workflow. If you need, we'll introduce after. And split custom declaration. Check about one. This how the AYBO can introduce from master AYBO's PDI information, and then save. And we have generated AYBO documentation. Generate.
update print price, print document price, print, and we can print MCL house bill from here and manufacture. Review it. And print house bill 这些都要选啊。OK， 这里可以 PDF。The module, we haven't matched the module. We'll add them in the future. There's also have file center, upload and download. The relevant documents here to here. That's about the air information. Now let's close all. Import, let's enter into the import. Add new. We can, the interface, the home page is similar to the export data. In order to print the notice of arrival. Now we repeat the AR and AP. How to receive. Let's move on to the subsequent processing of cost, especially how to follow up on payments. For example, to handle payment collection for a single order, you can first click the follow up button. Then let me know, debit, mail. Let me show you the actual steps. Actually, I should mention that there's a quick field feature at the bottom of the interface. 那没有底部的那个字。The left field, the left column is many fields, has many fields. Business date also You can choose a month. This is equal select charge. There are many conditions here, and we often use them. Search it and print debit. First, we must select them. We can print, so we can print the debit note, review them. Maybe AP. If the charges are verified and correct, you can directly click Generate a Reminder Statement. There's a key difference between Generate a Reminder Statement and the Print a Reminder Statement we just discussed. Print statement only generates a bill template for you to export and share with the client for review. Generate reminder statement. However, creates an official record in the system, a file copy. Moreover, once the reminder statement is generated, the associated charges become locked in 锁定。locked. Here, locked. The icon. For example, meaning no further changes are allowed to the cost data. For example, even after the reminder statement is generated, you can still perform action like amount adjustments, relationship updates, or adding, removing fees all within this module. Once these operations are completed, you can then submit the reminder statement for approval, which will follow the standard approval workflow. This part actually depends on your specific system usage mode. The system supports two modes, simplified mode and managed mode. Now, if you have any question, you can answer them now. How about refilling our activity? Speech. Do you have any questions about this demo? Or later you can answer it. requested. 5 minutes later, if you have no question, we'll interrupt the Wi-Fi, the internet.
他们拿的问题都是有在，还有就是在来问，你看那个讲的，那个讲的。
我的手的都是卡卡磕磕的。
这个讲的，说我们看什么问题，如果他们把问题记下来，怎么统一？会的。你说简单没有会，有点就把问题记下来，提交过来。
Please note your questions and send these questions to us.
回答这么多条件，所以说我们把我们的表达，本来现在你们提交问题好，我们回答。
通常中间状态嘛就不习惯了，不习惯中间状态，你们可能。
你看他这个，他的，
好。
我有在。
我那个最重要的那个最重要的理解，但还是最重要的理解，
后面
还是最重要的理解，还有很多是传语文的公文我也不熟。你就按那个讲就好。对啊，我就觉得就按那个讲。
基础动作。
对对，那个明白吗？他们都在线内，那我们怎么能先离开？不行。
你刚才说我那个时候上台。
哦。你这个说这个是没多久。
在你刚用这上台之后。
对啊。跟4个国家。有人
但是那很多人是讲英文，可能那边就每个公司有1-2个讲中文的。那种中文的人再去听一遍中文，那么就那些专门听不会。
对他们对英文也不大熟悉，不像那个美国就会有，不像我们本国。
现在给他们培训也只是让他们听个大概。你也是。